It's taken a while, but we finally got our bags put back on and everything packed up, and I think we're ready to head off on our first pedal strokes on this ride. We're going to head over to the Point State Park, which is the official beginning of the Gap Trail. We're in Pittsburgh, and it's a beautiful morning out there, so we should have an easy ride. It's less than a mile down to the point. Hey puppy! This is the Allegheny River. Very nice trail along the river here. Got us off the street, which was appreciated. Here we are at Point State Park. This is the beginning of the Gap Trail, or the end, depending upon the way you look at it. We've got the seal here: point of renewal, point of confluence, point of conflict. And it commemorates the coming together of the Monongahela and the Allegheny rivers. This is the Monongahela. This is the Allegheny. And this is the Ohio. I can see an inclined railroad over here.
So we are here at the start of the trail in Pittsburgh. It's Thursday morning. We really had no sleep last night. We left Monday early evening, and we just got to Pittsburgh Thursday morning. It's taken us 3.5 days.
It seems like we've already had an adventure, but we haven't really begun our adventure yet.
Kind of crazy, but we're here. Now we need some coffee and sleep. Then we can get started.
Point State Park occupies the site of a couple different historical forts. The French-built Fort Duquesne, I think is how you pronounce that, D-U-Q-U-E-S-N-E, back in the 1750s to defend against the British as part of the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War. And then the British eventually captured this area from the French, and they built Fort Pitt in the 1760s. And this blockhouse here is what's left of Fort Pitt. I think the French destroyed Fort Duquesne, so there was nothing for the British to occupy there except just the land. This is the site of Fort Duquesne. They've got it outlined in granite blocks in the grass here. According to the diagram in Google Maps, it was a four-pointed fort. This marks the exact site of Fort Duquesne, built by the French in 1754. The fort was destroyed by the French on the approach of the English army in 1758. After taking in Fort Pitt and Fort Duquesne, we headed for our hotel for the night, Traveler's Rest, on the south side of the Monongahela River.
Some really old bridge supports. And over.
The Smithfield Street Bridge, which we're riding across here, was built between 1881 and 1883, opening for traffic on March 19, 1883. It was widened in 1889 and widened again in 1911. The bridge has been designated a National Historic Civil Engineering Landmark and a National Historic Landmark. It is the second oldest steel bridge in the United States.
This is our hotel. It's called the Southside Travelers Rest, and they really cater to bicyclists. And we were told by some other bikers we ran into that stayed here last night that they have good coffee. So that sounds good to me.
Dating back to 1883, this historic building was first home to the headquarters for A.M. Byers Wrought Iron Pipe Company. Emerging from its mills in the South Side and the surrounding region, Byers Pipe was once the world's foremost wrought iron manufacturer. Purchasing the building in 2014, the current owners have transformed the historic South Side building into a charming spot for tourists and locals alike. We very much enjoyed staying there and can heartily recommend it. We're off looking for a late lunch, early dinner. We haven't really eaten anything all day except for a bar sitting at the park. Look at this
we had coffee. Good coffee.
beautiful church, and it says it's a landmark Catholic church. Oh, Ukrainian Catholic Church. This tea is papelón con limón. It's a kind of a tea, and we wanted to try it and see what it was like. We're at this Venezuelan lunch counter is really kind of what it is.
There's lime in it and sweetened with a brown sugar. But I really like the lime in it.
And when I tasted it, it almost tastes like apple pie filling.
Yeah.
I almost taste apple.
It's like it's got some other spices in it.
I think it must have cinnamon. What does apple pie have? Cinnamon.
Cinnamon,
Yeah.
brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sweet. It's good. It has a good flavor. It is sweet. We're having arepas. Mine is with steak, and then Mom's is with deep fried pork. And then they both have avocado and it's supposed to have tomato. Mine has tomato. I don't know what
I don't
yours
think
does.
mine has tomato.
And this is a corn off the cob with cheese and
Mayonnaise, cheese, chili pepper.
chili. Yeah, interesting.
We're on the south side, and that must be the north side. But it's a pretty city with the rivers on either side of it, all the bridges.
We're walking out on this bridge to look at the river. The Monongahela River. I've been saying it wrong. It's apparently pronounced Monongahela and not Monongahela.
Really enjoying the old brick architecture of Southside Pittsburgh. The brick buildings are in such good shape. This one is the Bedford Public School. Looks like it built in 1850, and now they're using it as condominiums. Bedford School Loft condominiums. And it's a cool historic building. I'm not sure what that white building is next to it. That's neat. This building here was the bathhouse that was donated to the city in 1915. There's all these nice looking brick homes and buildings down here. And we're in the one on the end. That's our Travelers Rest. And so far on the south side here, it feels clean and very nice. I'm liking this part of town, but look at these old brick homes. So nice. South side of Boston has a lot of these old brick roads.
We've hiked up Mount Washington, which is the mountain behind our hotel. It used to be called Coal Mountain or something like that. And our hostess told us that it was completely denuded of trees by the time they quit mining coal on it, but it's got quite a few trees now. And then this is the Monongahela River down here. Several bridges visible. We crossed the third bridge that we see over there, the suspension bridge. We crossed that earlier today.
Pittsburgh is called the city of the bridges, and you can sure see why, because this is just a handful of them right here. There's many more, but isn't that pretty? It is so pretty. So the incline is on its way up, and then we get to take a ride. So they built this initially in 1870.
Here comes the incline. This was inspired by German immigrants to this area, and they called it a Steilbahn. We get to ride on it for free because we're over 65. Isn't that good news?
That is very steep. They built a second one even steeper. Maybe this is the second one, I'm not sure, that they pull wagons up on.
Here we are in the Steilbahn. Getting ready to head down the mountain.
So they use this for transportation. It wasn't just a tourism thing for the workers. And yeah, you can even bring your bike on here.
This is the view on the incline, Monongahela incline, as we're going down. Thanks to ChatGPT, we know that English Norman castle-looking building over there is PPG Place, formerly the headquarters of a company that manufactured, what was it? I forget what it said, paints? I forget. But now it has a variety of corporate offices, retail space, that type of thing. Built in 1984. Look at the paddle wheel. Is that really a paddle wheel?
Yeah, that's the one. It looks like it.